Okay, when developing passwords, there are a couple of falsehoods and myths out there. Most people think that passwords have to have special characters in upper and lowercase. So, for example, if we just have password like this, most people think it has to be at least 10 characters long, must have to have an uppercase, must have to have a combination of special characters. Whilst this is true, if you have shorter passwords, this is really complicated to remember, especially if you should have a password for every different account you have and change it regularly. Recently, all the security experts came out and said that passphrases are much more powerful. So passphrase is where you think of a sentence or phrase that only you would know. So the best way to do it is to describe where you live. So you might say, I live in a red house at number 15. And then this is basically the idea is that the longer the actual length of the password, the harder it is for someone to brute force or to try to break it. Then once you know this, you can then make some minor changes. Like if you need to put a capital in there, you might put a capital H in there for house. And on top of that, to make it even more complicated, you might take some of the spaces out. So if someone then says that I need to change my password for each account, then all you need to do then is just at the end, write down what it's used for. So you might say Facebook. And then using the same password, you can then say, well, the next one is for my email. So you might put Gmail at the end, and so on. And still, even if they do manage to break this password, which is almost impossible, apart from a data leak, the extra 10 digits or 6 digits at the end would make it almost impossible to guess it. So I recommend that you use passphrases rather than passwords. As I suggested, try to think of a phrase that is really easy to remember and then just modify it for each and every sort of login you have.